Well, I'm not at 100%, and you know what? I don't even have my double perfect yet, and I still need to lose about maybe 2 or 3 pounds, and you know what? I just don't know if I feel like I'm really ready to audition. So I don't think I'm gonna audition. I'm gonna sit this one out. Wrong. Okay, so I know that was a little harsh, but let me explain and let me kind of set the stage here for you. So this happens every now and then, and I totally get it. I understand. So let me just give you one example, one story. So one of our graduates of the Pro Cheer Playbook program a couple of years ago, she graduated from the program, did an amazing job throughout the course of the program, and ended up landing a spot on an AFL team. First time ever auditioning. She had an amazing season, and it was absolutely amazing seeing her on the sidelines and at the games dancing. However, the next year, when it was time to re-audition, unfortunately, that AFL dance team no longer existed. So then she was posed with this question of, okay, what team am I going to audition for now? What's my next steps? So I caught up with her recently to kind of find out, like, hey, I didn't hear anything from you. What teams did you end up auditioning for? What's going on? And basically she told me that she just didn't feel like she was at 110%. And she just didn't want to go to auditions, so she decided to sit this year out. Now, of course, this is her personal decision, but it's one in which I kind of disagree with. So don't get me wrong, I do obviously always say that you need to go in prepared, polished, and confident for your auditions. I always talk about the importance of doing your research, working on your craft, figuring out what your OFIs are, and making sure that you're working on those weaknesses so that you can turn them into strengths. So don't get me wrong, all of that still holds true. But in this scenario, this young woman was ready. She had her doubles. She looked good physically. She was where she needed to be. She had just made an AFL team and danced an entire season. So I'm going to tell you a couple of reasons why you don't want to allow these voices in your head to get in the way of you moving forward with an audition. So you don't want the, oh, I don't feel like I'm 100%. I'm just not at my best right now. I think I'm going to sit this one out. Ignore all of that. And here's why. Number one, and most important, all this is fear creeping in and getting the best of you. That's all it is. It is you being fearful of change. It is you being fearful of stepping out there. It's you being fearful of trying something new, being in front of the judges, experiencing a new team, going through auditions, whatever it is, it's fear. And fear, what it does is it tries to help protect you. And if you listen to only those voices, it may not really be protecting you. It could be preventing you from moving forward and pushing forward. So I really want you to recognize those things that creep up into your head as fear, recognize it's fear, and then move on. Here's another reason. If you go to an audition, even if, let's say, you don't have all of your items checked off and you're not perfect in every single area, you will gain experience from that audition. You're going to learn and grow from attending that audition and putting yourself in that environment and putting yourself in that situation. Even if for some reason you don't make the team, you can reflect and figure out what it is that you need to work on and then move forward from that. Not only that, but the little bit of nervousness that you likely will feel at the auditions, the next audition that you go to, you're going to be less nervous. So that experience is so critical and so crucial for you to be able to go into an audition feeling really, really good about yourself. Up next, by you attending auditions year after year, it's going to show your dedication, especially if you show up and if you have improved from the prior year. So you have to remember that. Coaches and directors, they notice it. They notice when you keep coming back. It shows that you're dedicated and committed to that team and you want to make that team. But again, you have to show progress. You have to show improvement. You have to, if at all possible, get feedback and figure out what it is that you need to work on so that the next year they can see that you changed or tweaked something and that you look even better that year. So keep that in mind. Up next, you waste time. So if you decide not to go to auditions this year, you've just wasted a whole year. That makes no sense. No sense at all. That's a whole year that you could be dancing on the sidelines for a team. That's an entire year that you could have on that uniform and shaking those pom-poms and dancing your heart out for the fans. That's an entire year that you are holding yourself back from your own dreams. Why do that? It just doesn't make sense. And number 5, and this is the final one, and then I promise I'm gonna get off of my soapbox. Your 75% or your 90%, or let me change that and say this, what you think to be your 75% or your 90%, because again, you're not at 100%, wherever you think you currently are, that could be good enough to get you on the team. So let that soak in for a second. You might be, and you probably are right now in this current state, good enough to be on a team. So why hold your own self back? Why give yourself a no before anyone else can? So just keep that in mind. Where you currently are might be good enough to make that team. And if you go into any unknown, any audition, any new adventure with that mindset that I am good enough, I can do this, I will do this, then no matter the outcome, you're gonna come out successful and you're gonna be on top because you can learn from every single experience and every single audition that you go to. So please keep that in mind. And if these negative thoughts and feelings and all of that stuff start to creep into your mind, there's another video that I am going to include a link below. I want you to watch it because it really talks about this whole idea of fear. And again, going back to point number 1, recognize those negative thoughts as fear just trying to protect you. And tell fear, I don't need to be protected. I'm good. I got this. All right, well, hopefully this helps. If you have any other suggestions or advice for our lovelies or any questions, please be sure to post them below. We would love to hear from you. As always, follow us on social media. We are everywhere: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and of course YouTube. And just connect with us. We're here for you always. That's all for now. I will see you next week. Make it a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.